Okay, so let's jump right into this. We're about to break down a really powerful framework for turning those huge, ambitious goals you have into your actual reality. And the secret? It's not some crazy, complicated strategy. It's all about mastering the one thing that truly, truly controls your results, your mindset. So get this. According to this way of thinking, success is only about 5% strategy. A whopping 95% of it is your mindset. That means the whole game is pretty much played right here, in your head. So for a minute, just forget about the how-tos. The real work, it happens on the inside. And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head, right? So many of us are just kind of living life like we're background characters. We're letting our circumstances, our past, what other people think, we're letting all of that dictate the plot. We're letting an old program run the show, and we don't even realize it's happening. That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? How do you step out of the background, take a seat in the director's chair, and start creating the life you actually want to live? Well, that is exactly what we are going to unpack right now. So, it all starts with understanding what's really pulling the strings. It's not your willpower, it's not your daily to-do list, it's something running much, much deeper. It's something called your paradigm. You can think of your paradigm like the operating system for your life. It's this collection of beliefs and habits, most of which you're not even aware of, that controls pretty much everything you do automatically. And I mean everything, from how you walk and talk to the kind of results you get. And the thing is, it's running in the background 24/7. Okay, so if you want to change that programming, first you've got to understand the machine it's running on. So let's look at a really simple blueprint of your mind. Just imagine it having two very distinct parts, and each one has a totally different job. First up, you've got your conscious mind. This is your intellectual mind. It's the part that thinks, that reasons, and this is the most important part. It's where you can choose your thoughts. This is where your higher faculties live, things like your imagination and your will. You can accept or reject any idea that comes your way, right here. And then there's the subconscious mind. Now, this is where things get really, really interesting. This is your emotional mind. And the absolute key here is that the subconscious has zero ability to reject. It has to accept any idea or thought that your conscious mind impresses upon it. It's just pure feeling, and it runs like clockwork, based on law. And that, finally, brings us to the body. The body is just the instrument. That's all it is. It's the physical expression of the vibration your subconscious mind is in. See, your feelings dictate your actions, and it's your actions that create your results. So if you want to change your results, you can't just try to force yourself to do new things. You have to change the idea in your subconscious first. So let's tie this all together, shall we? Your conscious mind, that's the thinker. It's the guard at the gate. It gets to choose. But your subconscious mind, that's the doer. It's the emotional engine that has to accept whatever it's given. So your conscious mind's main job is to pick thoughts that line up with what you really want and keep impressing them on the subconscious until that becomes your new normal. All right, now that we've got the mechanics down, let's talk about the fuel we put in the machine, your goals. Because it turns out not all goals are created equal. The type of goal you set is pretty much the single biggest factor in whether you grow or just stay stuck right where you are. So there are basically three types. A-type goals, that's stuff you already know how to do. You've done it before. There's no real growth there. B-type goals are what you think you can do. You've planned it out, you can see the whole path. Again, not much growth happening. But then there's the C-type goal. This is your fantasy. This is what you really want deep down, but you have absolutely no idea how you're going to get it. That's the one. That's the goal that forces you to become more. And this right here, this is the whole point. The purpose of setting a big, scary C-type goal isn't really to get the thing. I mean, the thing is just a nice bonus. The real prize is the person you have to become in order to achieve it. It's all about that personal expansion. Okay, so you have this big C-type goal, this fantasy. How in the world do you make it real? Well, this isn't about just wishing and hoping. It's about following a very deliberate, creative process. It's a three-step path from a non-physical idea to a physical reality you can touch. So step one is fantasy. You use your imagination, that amazing higher faculty, to build a vivid, crystal clear picture of what you want. Step two is theory. Here, you switch on your reason and you ask two critical questions. First, am I able? And the philosophy here is that the potential is always there.
The real question is the second one. Am I willing to do what it takes? The very second your answer to that is a hard yes, you shift into step 3, fact. The goal gets impressed on your subconscious and everything starts moving to bring it into your life. And you have to remember, those huge wants, those C-type fantasies, they aren't just you being random or frivolous. They actually come from that spiritual part of who you are. Spirit is always looking for expansion, for fuller expression. That want you feel, it's a sign that there's an unexpressed possibility inside of you, just trying to get out. You know, the truth is, nobody on this planet knows what you are truly capable of doing. That power is locked up inside you, and it's constantly nudging you, asking you to want more, to be more, to grow. That potential is literally seeking expression through you. So the only question left is, are you going to have the courage to listen and finally become the director of your own movie?